Hey guys and girls and anyone in between, how are we today? Welcome to another episode of In the Valley with Sean, Ryan, McBride. They haven't kicked me off the show yet. So today we've got a great person coming in. His name is Johnson. Him and I, we go back maybe a year or so. I've run into him a handful of times now. Always in different situations. The man is a myth and a legend. But Johnson, come on out. Hey!
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Go ahead and grab a seat here,
Right.
and we'll get going. Johnson, we're live.
We're alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to be here. Happy to be here. How's it going with you?
I'm doing well. I haven't seen you in a while.
I
It's
know.
been a few months. We worked. What was the last thing we worked on together?
I think it was Andrew Sago and Shelby's. Well, I think it was Shelby's movie Dating Impossible, where
Yes.
you were the main role. You were the lead
I
actor.
was. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. So you did the music for that.
I did do the music for that
That's so
movie.
cool.
We submitted it for one of the film festivals.
It went to the 270-hour film festival.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, at that festival, it won the audience
Yes,
choice,
it did. I remember.
which gave us the opportunity to do a free submission
to the Phoenix Film
Festival,
Yep. Uh-huh.
which they kindly said no.
Yeah, they
So-
kindly is the word that we're trying to use here.
We don't want your movie.
Very diplomatic and bureaucratic
Yes.
here.
That was nice. But you do so much stuff. You do stand up.
I do. That's how we met.
Yes, that is how we met. You did stand up for me at my sketch show
Yes, I did. And that's how we got introduced
to each
to
other.
each other.
Yes.
Now you have a show.
Now I have this show,
I know.
and I brought you on this show too.
I know.
You're just following my coattails, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, there we go.
But so you do stand up.
Yep.
You're a musician. You play piano and any other instruments?
Well, my main instrument is the pipe organ.
Okay.
So not a lot of people can say that, but I can say that. And I play the pipe organ and the piano, of course. I play a little bit of guitar.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
What is the difference between a pipe organ and an organ?
It's the same thing, but an organ can be electric. A pipe organ is where you manually or mechanically pump in air. through the pipes.
Okay. So like the organ stop pizza place.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. I've
Yeah.
never been in there. I've
Me
seen
neither.
pictures.
But I've seen
You
pictures.
can get a job there. You can work there.
I know.
That's so cool. Okay.
That's one of the many things that I do.
And then guitar
And guitar, and I play the drums.
and the drums. So you're just an overall.
Overall musician.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I hear you wrote a. Well, hold on. You've done stand up twice now.
Yes, I did. I did stand up twice.
2 times, and now you've written a book. Tell me, what is the name of this book?
Well, the book is very clever. It's called Notflix. Come listen to me.
It's not Flix.
Yeah, it's
Come
Netflix, but not.
Not Flix. Come listen to me.
Yeah.
And you wrote this book about what? Tell me what.
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
When COVID hit us,
Uh-huh.
right? I was one of the guys who was affected with COVID. And I was like, wait, what if I die today?
Mhm.
What's the legacy I'm leaving? And I was
Okay.
like, all right, I'll start writing a book, because I was watching Craig Ferguson, and on one of his shows he said, you know, if you write a page a day, at the end of a year, you'll have a book.
Okay.
Oh, that's a sweet idea. Maybe
Mhm.
I'll do that, because that's something of me that I'm leaving behind,
Sure.
because I don't have kids. So I started writing this book, and I realized it's extremely hard to sit down, write a story, have a character, build it up, and the drama and all of that. So I was like, all right, so what do I do now? And I was like, well, I like comedy. And at the time, I have done comedy shows, but to an audience who does not know who Morgan Freeman was or who Jason Statham was for at that point. Because
Okay.
I would go in and do a show where I'm like, you know what I'm going to do, yeah? And they would just sit there staring at me like crickets going over their head. I'm like, this is Jason Statham. That's a pretty good voice.
That was really good. Oh my God.
They would sit there going, oh, we have no idea what you're talking about. And then, so I said, all right, maybe I'll write the book. But I'll write a book which you can complete in 2 hours. And that was the idea.
Okay.
So you take the book, start reading it, 2 hours, you'll be done.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, so if this is a book, if this is comedy, where do people get their comedy from? And so Netflix was the company that I wanted to just...
Satire.
So
Okay.
I was like, all right, so if it is Netflix but not. So that was the first title. I was like, so it's Netflix but not. And then I was like, oh, what if we just mix those two together? And that's how I came with the title Notflix.
Notflix.
So the book is titled Notflix, Come Listen to Me. And
it's like a tutorial to make stand-up, or what?
It's a show. It's a full-on stand-up show that I wrote. So it starts with a preface which talks about, it's like someone bringing me on the stage.
Okay.
And then I get on the stage and then I start talking. It's roughly about 12 chapters in the book. Each chapter is like a page or 3 pages long at the most.
So wait, this is a script.
It's a script. It's a show.
You wrote a show.
I wrote. Yeah.
You didn't write a book. You wrote a show.
I wrote a show, but
That's
called it
awesome.
a book. Yeah.
That's so cool. So it's published. It's like people can.
It is published. It's on Amazon and Kindle available.
Okay.
$6 if you want a paperback. If it's a Kindle, I think it's $3 or something.
I have a Kindle.
Yes, you do.
You said that like you knew.
Yes, you
that
do.
It's sitting on my bedside table.
I know. Well, we're in America. It's the 21st century. We're trying to protect the polar bear, so we're not trying to kill trees and make books. So I think Kindle's the right way to go.
Yeah.
I'm a huge proponent for polar bears. If you didn't know.
You big fan of the polar bears?
Big fan.
What brings you to the polar bears? What are you fighting for the polar bears for?
Hibernation is I made myself laugh there. Then I realized it's my job to make other people laugh as a comedian.
That's the plan, yeah. But usually, what makes you laugh will make somebody else laugh. So
yeah.
Don't worry about that too much. But I really want to know. I need to know. Do you actually care about polar bears?
I do care about polar bears. I buy socks from the polar bear community. Well, I don't know why I said that way, but it's a sock bear. It's a sock bear. Let me tell the story here for a sec. It's a sock bear. Well, you know what? Let me tell the story in a British accent so I sound more sophisticated. So it's a pair of socks that you can buy online, and all the money goes to saving polar bears across the world. So if anybody likes polar bears and would like to care for the environment, do buy that.
Okay. One of my favorite things about polar bears, this is going to be weird, but they never interact with penguins.
No, they don't.
Isn't that weird?
They live in the same ecosystem.
They don't.
I thought they, hello neighbor, hey there Bob, where's the kids?
But they live on different sides of the world.
I know.
I think it's funny that at least in Western culture, that polar bears and penguins are kind of like intertwined together. But they just live on different sides of the equator. Penguins are in the south, and then polar bears in the top.
And the north, yeah. How did we get here from talking about the book to polar bears?
I don't know. I don't know. So you've done stand-up twice. You wrote a show.
Yes.
And that's wild.
That is wild. So the reason, like I told you before, is I just wanted to leave something behind.
Have you ever? I mean, you've done stand-up for me at some of my comedy shows.
Yep.
But is that the stand-up is that your show that you wrote, or is that different?
No, it's a completely different show. It starts off slow. It starts off talking about who I am. And at the time I was a student. I was not even a professional comedian. I was not even out of college. And so I wrote a little thing about that. And funny enough, I mentioned in that book where I said, this book's going to get me the big bucks. It's going to take me to New York, and I'm going to be at the Tonight Show table. And here I am in some kind of a nightly show with our own low-budget Seth Meyers over here. But
oh, stop it.
You do have that kind of an intonation when you talk.
Do I? I sound like Seth Meyers?
You sound like Seth
Bring
Meyers.
it on, Seth.
Bring it on, Seth.
You can be on my show anytime.
Yes.
So there, Seth.
He's going to be here, Seth. Mr. Myers.
Yes, Mr. Myers. Anytime. That's really odd. Have you sold a lot of copies? Have you sold any?
I have sold copies to my mom and my dad.
$12.
But not as much as I wanted to. But
Of course.
it's. I think I did it just for the fun sake of it.
Sure.
I didn't want to make my. I'm an architect right now. I make my money that way.
Yeah.
But comedy is something that I discovered when I was in undergrad, and they had this little coffee shop at the college that I went to,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, all right, we're doing open mics, and we'd like to see talents and stuff. I did music the first day, and I think I sang the Beatles. No one knew who they were, what I was singing, because I went to a different part of the country.
Where were you? Where were you?
Well, I'm originally from India,
Yes.
and I'm from the South.
Okay.
And I went to the north to get my undergrad in architecture.
Okay.
And it's a totally different language because you move 100 miles and the language changes in the country and totally different culture. And so I was there and I was like, okay, so music might be my thing. And I went there, started busting out tunes from the Beatles. No idea who the Beatles were.
Really?
Which was crazy.
I do think that that's wild considering like
How popular they were.
They were like super popular, and I do feel like the English had quite the influence on India.
Oh yeah, they were
a
there
while.
for 250 years without a visa or documents. But I know. That's the truth. They came and they said, we'd like to make some deals with you guys. We like your spices, and they just stayed.
We like your food. We're gonna make your food our national food.
Yeah. But chicken tikka masala is pretty popular in the Brits.
I know. So okay, that boggles my mind.
I know. I did the whole bit. I was like, this is Ringo Starr, Peace and Love, and then I went in. My name's Paul McCartney. It's time for you to sing some Beatles songs. No one knew what I was talking about. They looked at me like, hey, like
just deer in headlights. Like, what's going on? Why is that light getting closer?
And then, shut your face, Grandma. No. I don't know why I said that.
That's interesting.
But then I was like, okay, so if this is the case, maybe comedy is the way to connect to the audience. No idea when I did impressions who I was doing impressions of.
Yeah.
For some reason, Will Smith got the laughs.
Okay. He's pretty popular.
He's very popular, and I wouldn't have to do the entire spiel or monologue. I would just have to say, or ask someone from the audience, ask the audience to ask me some kind of question, and I would just say, hell no. And that would get laughs. I'm like, what? This is easy money. I would do Al Pacino, do the monologue, and just when they pull it back in, nope, no idea who he is, or Morgan Freeman, no idea. And then when I do, hell no, people would be like, oh yeah, that's Will Smith, I know it.
I would not have gotten that from Will
I
Smith.
know.
That's so small.
It's
such a small tidbit from him.
I know, but it was so weird. It was a weird club, but I was a regular there.
Okay.
So a lot of Will Smith, and we had a lot of regular customers, guests, and people who would use that establishment. I don't know why I'm going back to the 50s, maybe the dress, but
you look good.
I know, thank you.
Yeah.
But we did have a lot of people who would request Will Smith's hell no in the end of the show. Weird.
Yeah, that's like a really weird. It's kind of funny how certain things will like latch on to into like people's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like Owen Wilson saying, wow,
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 wow, wow. I read somewhere, someone did the math.
Yep.
And they were like, he says wow this many times in his movies. He's made this much money doing movies, so he's made about $20,000 every time he says the word wow.
Wow.
And that was amazing to me.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
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 Interesting. So do you do any shows? Are you planning on doing any more comedy shows?
I am planning to do more comedy after summer.
After summer?
Because I'd get more time that way.
Okay.
And
because you're graduating in May, right?
I am graduating
on the
in May.
8th?
Yep. I'm graduating this May on the 8th. So if anyone wants to come to that graduation ceremony, you're more than welcome.
That mug is driving me nuts with the noises that it's making.
It's driving me nuts with the noise that it's making, but it's very cool. I feel like Stanley Baratheon from the Game of Thrones franchise.
Stanley Baratheon?
Of all the people
He
I could have picked.
He didn't have a wolf.
I know. I picked the wolfless guy.
The Starks had the wolf. Anyway.
I know.
But what's happening between May 8th and August 8th that you can't do shows?
I think I'll just take a little break because I'm in school for my master's in architecture here. So, and then get my life in order, get everything settled, and then start doing more shows after.
Do you have an architecture job right now?
Yes, I do. I'm working for a firm that specifics, if I were to say, we design hospitals.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we do.
That's cool. That's a necessary thing.
Yeah.
Have you done any in the Valley that you know of?
Yes. St. Joseph's is one of those.
St. Joseph's.
Dignity up in Central and Thomas.
Okay. Your firm designed that, or you helped design it, or?
Yes. Well, that's one of our biggest clients.
Wow.
And
wow.
That's going to stick with us.
You know, my producer, Roman, used to work at that Dignity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm filming there tomorrow.
Our producer is filming there tomorrow.
Small world.
Dude, the world is so small, man. Do you want to hear a story about how small the world is?
Crazy story. Go ahead.
Okay, so my buddy Travis and I,
Mhm.
we decided to go to LA for the weekend. And he did this thing called, it's a children's theater in Missoula, Montana. It's like Missoula Children's Theater, I think is what it's called. And you don't meet really anyone that works there because it's like a touring children's company. So you meet like one other person. You go on tour to these elementary schools. You teach these kids how to do The Wizard of Oz in a week. It goes up, it goes down. You sell your T-shirts. That's how you make their money, right?
Okay.
So you don't really know anyone. But there's a big Facebook group of the Missoula Children's Theater people. And he posted on there. He's like, hey, going to LA this weekend. Need a place to stay. And someone popped up. This woman named Lissa Slay.
Wow.
Wonderful human. We stayed at her place, and her husband came home, and I was like, Travis, the guy I was with, I was like, I know this man. I know this man, Kevin. I know who he is. And he's like, there's no way. There's no way, man. He's like, I set this up, and I don't know who they are. And I was like, okay, you're probably right. So a day goes by, and we're having dinner with them. And I was like, Kevin, answer me this question real quick. Did you teach a workshop at the KCACTF in Ogden, Utah in 2012? And he does this, like, who are you? He's like, yeah, I did. I was like, you brought me on stage. Like, we workshopped The Crucible together. And he was like, what? And Travis was like, what? And Lissa was like, what? And the dog was like, ruff. And yeah, the world is so small.
It is.
And a year goes by, and I'm working at Scottsdale Arts in the box office with this guy named Ron Birch. He friends me on Facebook, and he goes, how do you know the Slays? How do you know Kevin Lissa Slay? And I was like, boy, do I have a story for you. And then I told him the first half of the story.
Gee, it is a small world.
It's insane.
It's growing smaller, too.
Probably. I mean, I don't know how all that. I'm not a geologist. I don't know how that works. But
I'm not geographically, but scientifically.
Yeah. No, I'm just. It was a bit. It was a bad bit.
It was a good bit.
Didn't go over well. Didn't go over well.
Some bits are worth on the stage, and some bits just are there for the toilet drain.
Yes, that was a toilet drain one.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a turd. And that one was not. We're gonna take a quick break here. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey everyone, my name is Roman Aguirre with Passion Project. We are a digital media production company making movies, commercials, and social media content right here in Arizona.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We're going to go ahead and play a game real quick. Johnson,
That is my name.
you are good at impressions and accents. So, we're going to go toe for toe. I got a heads up here.
Okay.
You're going to go a minute, and then we're going to switch it, and then I'm going to go a minute, and then we're going to see
Who's better?
who's better. We're going to score it up. You ready?
The Battle of the Alphas.
You're going to go first, so I know what I have to do later. How well I have to
Gee,
do.
okay.
Okay, I'm cheating. This is my show. I got to do that. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm down.
Okay. So I believe it is. I don't remember if is it down is correct. Up is incorrect.
We'll figure it out.
We need to know. All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my name is Bond. James Bond.
English accent or Sean Connery?
Yes.
Sean Connery.
Welcome to New York. I'm from the
Bronx.
There you
Bronx
go.
accent.
I'm making a deal you can't refuse.
Is The Godfather?
What's his
Italian?
name?
Italian. Oh, I don't know. He's a bad actor. What's his name?
What?
I can't remember his name. Skip it. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, what's the deal with softballs? What's the deal with softballs?
Seinfeld.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm walking here.
Christopher Walken.
It's
Al Pacino. Al Pacino.
it's an accent.
Oh, New
I'm
York.
walking here.
New York accent.
Yeah. Oh God, skip.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Valley Girl.
Okay, sure. Come, my precious.
Gollum.
Yeah. Skip. Time's up.
What is that man's name? It is driving me nuts. Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando. Yeah.
I don't think he's a good actor. I don't know why everyone does, but
Why couldn't you do Elmo?
I couldn't do Elmo. I just blanked out on Elmo. That's yeah.
how do we? 6 of them: Sean Connery, Bronx, Marlon Brando, Seinfeld, New Yorker, Elmo, Californian. I said Valley Girl.
I know. Well, still. Well, okay.
Gollum and Cartman.
I couldn't do Cartman. Oof. I have to work on my impression.
You can't do Cartman?
Yeah, I mean, come on, Kyle.
No, kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just handing this to you, and then it says swipe up to play again, and it will be my turn to do impressions for you.
Okay. I'm gonna place on the forehead whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Okay. The Duke. I'm a cowboy from the
John Wayne?
Yes. Thank you for. How do I want to? I don't know how to do this quickly. Sorry, I'm late. And below Scotland. Fuck, dang it.
Blue Scotland? England? British?
Stay away from your Lucky Charms. Yeah.
Oh, Lucky Charms. Ireland. Northern Irish.
Irish, yeah, good. Irish. It was Irish. Don't you know? Here we are in Middle America here.
Indiana?
But the general area, you see, it's very easy to do. I'm really not good at this one.
God.
No, it changed.
I
Mine
know.
changed.
Where'd you go to Canada?
I went to England with that one. Skip it. We don't have a lot of time here. Nope. Further. Oh, you skipped 2. Time's up. You got 1. I'm bad.
Who is that? Midwestern.
Midwestern.
Oh, South African.
Yeah, you skipped
That was-
Midwestern,
okay.
and then you skipped South African, and then it went to Greek, and I was like, well, there's just...
There's just no way.
Not enough.
Do you want to do one more?
Sure, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's try it out. You ready?
I'm sure
I
we
hope
got
so.
this.
better
Yeah,
at
I'm
this than I
ready.
am.
Get ready.
Ooh. Excuse me.
I'm going to bite your ears off, man.
Oh, it's Mike Tyson.
There you go. Oh, good morning, eh? It's up there in the north. Skip.
Lancashire?
Sure. No, Skip. What's that, an accent? What is this, Skip? What's that? Skip? Skip.
You gotta do one of these.
Skip. I have no idea what any of these are. Oh, it's in the Europe. It's in Europe, and it's up. It's not the main Europe. It's the side ones.
Liverpool.
No, it's Europe.
Ukraine.
That's Ukraine like this, but
Yeah, I know, but you said side ones. That's far on the other side.
not too far, but in the middle.
French.
No.
Swiss.
Yes. No. Well, sure. The other S.
Sweden.
Yeah. Oh, this is France, and it's time for us to eat croissant.
French.
Yeah. Time's up.
I got it. I got that last one.
You got that last
How many
one.
did you skip here?
I skipped.
You skipped Canadian. You skipped C3PO.
I did. I did.
You skipped Beaker.
I did.
Beaker's so easy.
How is Baker?
Beaker goes like this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig, Jetson, or
Astro
whoever.
Jetson. I would never have gotten that one. Well, this was fun.
This was
This
fun
is not
indeed.
your phone. I'm gonna put this in my right here, and we will be back in just a moment. Thank you for sticking around. We've had Johnson here. It's been a real pleasure. Just to recap everything real quick, you're going to be doing some more comedy coming up in the late summer, early fall time.
Yep.
That's going to be great. And then people can follow you.
People can follow me on Instagram under
Okay.
the handle AR_John.son.
Okay, well, we'll put that in the description for you guys.
Yeah, because, Johnson's a very common name here. I tried Johnson, Johnson 1, Johnson 2. It didn't work out.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of Johnsons.
I know.
Yeah.
Gotta get through Minnesota first. Here's a Minnesota joke for you.
Do you have any other accounts that people can follow you on? Do you have like a YouTube or anything like that?
No, not at the moment, but
Okay.
hopefully in the future. So
Okay. No worries. So we'll put that down in the description. We'll
Absolutely.
also put his graduation information so you guys can check him out at ASU when he
Yes.
graduates. You have your book, Notflix, Come Listen to Me.
Let me talk to America for a sec.
That's
Where's my camera?
It's right there.
Right there. All right, America.
This is for Arizona.
All right, Arizona. This is for you. Notflix, Come Listen to Me is available on Amazon and on Kindle for you to buy and have a good time. It's a book. It's probably the only book in the entire world that has a time duration tied to the book. You can complete that book within 2 hours, tops. If you're taking longer than that, sorry to break it to you, you're dumb.
Okay, well, that's fine. We will have the dumb description, have the...
The dumb description.
Well, the
have
dumb
it.
description have a link to the Amazon and Kindle link so that you guys can purchase
Yeah.
it if you're interested. Check it out. I know I'm going to. Other than that, any other closing remarks, Johnson?
In case I don't see you all, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Thank you, Jim Carrey, and have a good one.